Motorsport Radio.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Motorsport Talks. This is actually a club racing special, and to make it even more special, we've actually got a guest on the show, none other than James Mansell from James Mansell Racing. Someone has finally agreed to come and talk to me on the show. It's taken over a year, but we've finally got there. How are you doing, James?
Yeah, I'm doing good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing good. Now, for those of you who don't know who James Mansell is, he's I've only spoken to him for a few hours, and I'm a little bit inspired by him because he started off at karting like most people did. Unfortunately, he did suffer from ulcerative colitis, which wasn't known at the time, and he had to step back from motor racing. He has, however, returned by, should we say, throwing yourself in the deep end with a 24-hour Silverstoone race at the C1 Silver Lake Series. And, well, why don't you start by saying what you're off to this season?
Yeah, sure. So this season, I've got a full season in the Tegiwa Type R Trophy, which is run by the 750 Motor Club. It's everyone's running the EP3 Civic Type Rs. It's a control series, so we've all got the same spec parts, we've all got the same spec tyres, and hopefully the emphasis is a bit more on skill than budget, hopefully.
Yeah, I must admit, I saw the series last year at Brands Hatch Indy, and it was incredible. So competitive. If you haven't seen it, guys, check it out on YouTube. Their 750 Motor Club are quite good. They stream all their races live, and it is an incredible series to watch. It's so competitive. But I'd like to ask, how did you start to get into motorsport? What gave you the bug that you then couldn't get rid of?
Well, I did a bit of indoor rental karting when I was younger, when I was a kid. Got quite into that. Was going every other weekend or whatever it were. So that's where it started, really. I didn't then didn't do that much, growing up a bit, and then sort of got back into it more recently. Like you say, by sort of chucking myself in the deep end. Well, it was karting from being a kid. That's where it started.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, it's not easy getting into motorsport, getting into sort of where you are now with the Tegiwa Type R. So what sort of challenges have you faced getting to where you are now?
I think the big challenge that we all face in motorsport is budget, innit? That's the big one. It's not a cheap thing to be part of. That's one of the reasons I was drawn to the Type R Trophy. Is because it's spec series and you don't have to just constantly throw money at your car, and B, they do this foundation program, which is a package deal of being able to get the car, the entries, everything just all paid for in one deal, which works out a bit cheaper than a traditional route in. And then obviously the other, what sort of was a big challenge has been the ulcerative colitis. So that was 2015. I was sort of diagnosed, quickly hospitalised, and then ended up having emergency surgery. So when I come out of that, and I've got, I come out with a stoma, which is constantly on my stomach now, conveniently just where a harness sits, just to be in the way. So when I come out of that, I thought that it might not, motorsport might be dead after that. But I'm glad to say it's not. Can still do it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, nothing should really hold you back. But obviously, as you said, money and sponsorship is obviously the hardest thing, because it's not cheap. And as they say, it's not a profit way of doing things. It's you definitely lose money doing it, don't you?
You do, yeah. I mean, I've literally put. I thought I'm just going to go for it this season, so I've literally put everything I've got into just getting onto the grid. Oh, I'm hoping for no big shunts or anything that really stretch the budget. But like you say, it's so hard to getting the money together. I'm working most nights of trying to speak to sponsors and partners and try and extend the budget a bit and bring them a bit of value. But it is hard work, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And just for the viewers at home and the listeners at home, how many rounds is it, and then how many races per round? Is it like touring cars with 3 per round, or is it more?
Yeah, there's 12. They class each race as a round in it, but they have 2 or 3 races in a weekend. So overall, I'm just checking now. There's mostly single day races, and then there's 2 double header rounds. I think total we're something like 14 rounds, I think total, but across 6 or 7 weekends.
Yeah, and just quickly, what circuit are you most looking forward to racing around? I know every racing driver has one.
To be honest, most of them are new to me, because I've not had that much previous experience. So I've got I've just done a test day at Alton, which was on Friday, which was very wet. I think I'm looking forward to doing Donington. I think I've not done Donington before, so I'm looking forward to that. Probably, yeah.
Okay, and then what series would you see yourself aspiring towards? Like, what is your ultimate goal?
It's hard to say, innit? I think most people would sit here, or we'd all sit here and just go, well, you want to be in touring cars or something like that, don't you? Inevitably, but it's a bit of a pipe dream, innit? But at the minute, I'm genuinely just concentrating on this season ahead, seeing what kind of momentum I can build, seeing what I can do with partnerships and sponsors, and seeing what we can build from there. It'd be nice to get into something like the JCW Minis or something like that. But it's all big money stuff, isn't it? So we'll see.
And where do you see yourself in this championship? Like, what is your target? Do you target a championship title? Or do you target a top 10? Or
it's another difficult one. I've not, because of the limited budget. I've got limited testing happening, so I've not got much data at the minute to even see where I'm going to stack up. We just done a test day at Alton, but it was in the middle of this horrendous storm, wasn't it? So the times we're getting are obviously not indicative of where we're going to be. So, and also when you look at the grid, it's a 30 plus car grid with a lot of fast, experienced drivers up at the front of it. So, in all honesty, I'll be happy. Well, I'll be more than happy if I can finish in the top half of the grid for the end of the championship. But it's genuinely going to be focus on learn as much as get up to speed as quick as I can.
And I'm guessing you hope to do this as a multi-season deal. So you after season you want to keep going in the same season and just keep trying to get better and better.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not in it just for the one series, just for the experience or whatever. I'm in it hopefully for the long haul now. It's with the foundation thing. I put the big investment in, or to me, big investment in up front to get on the grid. So yeah, it's just about building momentum, and yeah, I'm hoping to get through this one, learn as much as I can, and come back next year stronger.
Yeah, and you said about your foundation. Do you want to tell your viewers about the charity and all the foundation work that you do and about the charity that you work with?
Yeah. I mean, the foundation I mentioned was the Tegiwa Foundation to get on the grid. But yeah, the other charity stuff is basically I'm trying to bring as much awareness and raise as much money as I can for Crohn's and Colitis UK. It's obviously a charity that is close to my heart from what I've been through, and they provide a lot of help, a lot of information for people in the same situation. So when I was in hospital and everything, all the booklets and all the information, all the support all comes via them basically. So I've had a chat with them, and they're happy for me to run with them as a partner on the car this year.
And for the viewers at home, say if they wanted to donate or help, do they have a website where they can donate, where they can help, volunteer, whatever?
Yeah, they do. It's I think it's crohnsandcolitis.org.uk. You can donate directly to them, or help out in any way. They've got Facebook and Instagram accounts and all that. And like I say, I've got bits of plans for myself this year to do my own fundraisers for them as well. So that'll be the other way to get involved. I've also been speaking to a few people in the sort of support community, and I'm hoping to get a few people out the community out to the track to come and see us and have a day out as well.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd really appreciate that. Obviously, you're technically just starting, with this being your first whole season. What advice would you give to someone listening who's thinking, I'd love to do that. I'd love to get involved in one of these championships, one of these cheap championships. What advice would you give them?
Yeah, I think the advice would be that to start trying to get involved in motorsport in a broader sense. So whether that's joining your local motor club, doing a bit of marshalling with, or finding friends or friends of friends or whatever that might want a bit of help at the track or anything. I think that's the best place to start, because if you just when you're just looking in from the outside, it looks like a bit of a minefield to get into and a difficult place to get into. But once you start speaking to people in the community, you find different ways. And I found this. There's this foundation deal to get in, and I've got a mate helping me with a trailer. I've got another mate helping me with setup at the track and stuff like that. So it's all these relationships you build from the community.
Yeah, definitely. And finally, how and where can our viewers and our listeners follow you and follow the Type R Trophy?
Yeah, well, so for me, all my social medias are the same tag. It's just Mansell Racing. There's a mansellracing.co.uk website, so you can follow me on there. I'm going to keep the website up to date with all the information, links to the live streams and what have you. And in terms of the racing, like you said earlier, they're actually really good at broadcasting these races. So you've only got to jump onto YouTube, and either 750 or Tegiwa will be broadcasting live. So it's easy to keep an eye on.
Yeah, and also don't forget that it's not expensive to go and watch a Type R Trophy, because it's not a premium event in some ways. It's cheap, Why not send your family down? People listening, why not just go down, support James Mansell, support the Type R Trophy? Most of the events will probably be only about a tenner, 15 quid for an adult. It's a great day out, and it's a great day to get into motor racing, to get that bug. And you never know.
Yeah, they obviously, like you say, it's cheap day out. and it's not just the Type R's on there when you turn up, because it's a 750 event. You've got all sorts of different formula throughout the day. There's something for everyone, isn't there? So I went up to see him at Croft, and I was pretty much up from then. I went up to see a race and seeing everything else that was going on in the paddock, and like I say, it's a good day out.
Yeah, definitely. It really is. Well, thank you so much, James, for the interview. It was great talking to you, and I'm hoping we've inspired people to either to donate to your charity, to get into motor racing, to support you. Who knows what will come out of this? But I hope you've had a great chat with me. I hope I've not been asking too difficult questions. And we at Motorsport Radio will definitely be supporting you through the trophy this season.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks a lot for having me on.
That's all right. Thank you so much. And yeah, have a good rest of the night.
Yeah, cheers. See you later.
Hi, this is Nick Hamilton, and this is Motorsport Radio.